So I just saw an ad called a mindful state. The guy was talking about you have to let people tell their stories so the healing can begin. Why is feminism trying to shut down the manosphere? Because some of the men in the manosphere are actually trying to tell their stories via facts of female nature, facts of the legal system, how it treats men. And how other big channels in the manosphere speak on hard truths of what men have to deal with on a daily basis. And yet, feminism, big tech, all of that, they want the manosphere silenced. Simply because younger generations, younger men, they're all walking away. And it's not because we're forcing them to walk away. It's not because we are saying that, it's not that we don't want younger men to not be with females, not experience what it's like to be, in a relationship and all of that. It's feminism, it's the legal system. That's the hard truth that you don't want ignorant men to know about. And that's not the older men's fault. Yes, there are blue-pilled men in this world that don't want younger men to understand the difference between men having to deal with such problems within the legal system, within females' nature. Because blue-pilled men need ignorant men. Because without the ignorant ones, blue-pilled men do not have a chance. Because of their weak nature. I was ignorant, but, because of my upbringing, how I was treated, I still wouldn't mess with females on a particular level of relationship and friendship status. But somewhere deep inside me, I knew I wasn't the only one who was thinking it's not worth trying to give females a chance of being in my life. Especially knowing what my father was put through. Having to pay child support for my half-sister that I know that is not his blood-related child. Because my dad was literally living in my home state when my mom got knocked up by another guy. Yes, I was asked to ask my dad to sign the divorce papers so she can get married to this other guy that she had a kid with. My dad didn't want to because he was holding on to hope that my mom would go back to him. But I don't know how long he was holding on to them divorce papers before she finally let me go live with him. All he did was present me with a manila envelope saying that there's divorce papers in here. All she wants him to do is sign the papers. She doesn't want nothing more from him because she's already got him married. Come to find out that that was a fucking lie. I didn't think my mom was going to lie to me. Because after I told my mom, yeah, he's signing divorce papers. Are you going to expect anything else out of him? She said, no. And then a couple years later, she's going after him for child support. And that pisses me off, and it pisses my dad off. And my first season, he didn't pay me because that was my learning experience. Being paid and learning experience. So the second season, I was going to be glad to get 6%, starting. Greenhorn wages. Just like in any type of society, everybody talks. When my mom found out I was being paid, and she realized that my dad could afford to pay me out of his own pocket working for him. My grandpa wasn't going to pay me because obviously, I was a greenhorn, and this happened on my second season, so... I mean, maybe he didn't know that my mom was coming after my dad for child support. But, after my dad told me that he was being taken for child support, it's when I knew I wasn't going to get paid. I took a serious hit with that. But just because he wasn't able to pay me didn't mean I didn't get the lap of luxury I wanted. I got room and board, went from 1 square meal a day to 2 to 3 square meals a day. Then getting me shoes, getting me clothes, getting me music CDs, stereo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. I guess you'd call that what prostitutes call is gifts. They don't accept money, they accept gifts. Perks, I guess you could also say. When my mom found out I was getting perks from the job I was doing, she wanted more from him. So she made him pay child support for my half-sister. And I got mad at my dad. I was like, dude, you should be able to pay me now. He's like, I can't. I was like, why? She's making me pay child support for your sister. I know I'm not the father. And that's when I started hating my mom. Man, I didn't stop calling her mom until recently, a few months back. I started calling her my birthing person because she's now trying to help get child support out of me for kids that are probably not biologically mine, forcing me to pay child support for kids that belong to another guy. That's how much hate women have for men. And this happens to be coming from my own birthing person who hates me for trying to live a life of freedom. Who did everything I could possibly do to, hey, let's get this DNA test done and over with. Let's find out. I mean, it was my tribe that was telling her. Now, it wasn't me. She went around telling others that I was trying to force her to do DNA tests. I was trying to say, oh yeah, you don't believe you're the father. Wait. You're making it seem like I'm the unfaithful one. Well, the longer you fucking delay that, then yeah, I'm going to start thinking that. But guess what? It was my tribe that asked you first. You're the one that acted up. You can't spin that around and say I'm the one that went after you for DNA test first. Because just like my tribe, they record the phone calls. They record all the audio. So there's record right there from my tribe. Well, at least I believe they record all the phone calls. I mean, especially since they want to protect themselves from non-tribal member females who want to call into my tribe and be like, oh yeah, this guy knocked me up. He's the father. Can I get the kid enrolled? And as soon as they get them to talk to the enrollment lady who says, hey, get the appointment set up for DNA testing to prove that he's the father, we'll do what we can on our end. See, they're basically willing to pay for all the fucking paternity tests. But anyway, this is based on the ad I saw here on YouTube. You know, mindful state, I guess it was called. I don't know. I said it at the beginning. It just, you know, because the guy was talking, you gotta let people tell their story. That's where the healing begins. But big tech and feminism do not want men of the manosphere, men that are MGTOW, men that are red pill, telling their story about how they've been brutally effed over by a female's nature in the legal system. Men like that will never get to heal. It's either the prison system or the cemetery. Those are the only two options men have, especially if they've gone MGTOW, especially if they're taking their daily red pills. Blue-pilled men, they don't care about that. They're weak.